have last year. Now they do. So let's see how fast it is. Let me know when you're ready. All right, sound check from out at the ballpark. Preston versus Hillcrest coming up in 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tell me when. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Take 2, sound check from the ballpark. Preston and Hillcrest. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Take 2. Okay. This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark.
Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Washington to Kalamazoo, it's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Well, a very pleasant Friday afternoon, everybody, as we welcome you out here to the ballpark as the Preston Indians will kick off their season here this afternoon. You know, it's funny, you look out to the distance and it looks like you still have plenty of good skiing and powder up on the mountainsides, but we're ready to play baseball down here in the valley as the Indians will nights here today to kick off their season. A lot to build on from last year. Had a team that was a game over 500 by the time the season was over, and you add in all of the game cancellations and things as we went along. But for the Indians, all in all, this year, even though with a new coach, with Sean Thompson now running the manning the helm of the baseball club, it's still just about the same team away. So still basically going to be the same team. And the first thing you notice down there walking around talking to them before the game today is they hit that summer growth spurt as this is a much bigger team than they were a year ago. We have the rest of our pregame news and notes. We'll get to those coming up here in just a couple of minutes as we continue on the pregame show, working our way down toward first pitch. It'll be on the mound today for the Knights, and it will be Connor Thompson on the mound this afternoon, getting the start on opening day for the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back right after this. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Group presentation of Preston Indian Baseball on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Since 2005, North Star's Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need. Quality parts at the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
105.5 FM KACH. I'm Dan Keller, Mayor of Preston, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jay Butters with Alta Bank, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, this is Lyle Fuller with the Fuller & Fuller Law Firm, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Larry Morrison with Evergreen Financial Partners. We are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
105.5 KACH. We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, welcome back here to the pregame show.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you think of a medical center's vital signs, you think of a monitor beeping. Today, Franklin County
KACH.
Lost our camera. There we go. So we're working our way down toward the opening pitch of opening day here. Of course, up until just late yesterday afternoon, this game still was not going to be played. They had canceled it earlier in the week and decided about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. You know what? The field's in good enough shape. Mother Nature relented enough that they would be able to play. So play we are. And getting this game in, very important, judging by what happened. We all remember the winter of last year and what it did to the Indian schedule, as they lost a total of 7 games last year to the weather. They wanted to make sure they could get the season off to a good start here and get things off on a good foot, and so they decided to play the game here today. Field is in good shape. The varsity field obviously in much better shape than the JV field is. With the cold temperatures and wind last night, when they got back out here to the ballpark today, they found out that the home plate area on the JV field had frozen overnight because it wasn't covered by a tarp. So because of that, the JV game will have to be played, what parts they can get in of the game after the varsity game is over here today. They out with a blowtorch trying to thaw out the home plate area of the JV field, but it just wasn't going to work as they're not able to get that game played on that field. So for the Indians, 10-9 last year, 2-4 in conference. They play host to the Hillcrest Knights here tonight. Let's see, just a couple of weeks short of 13 years since the last time the Indians and Hillcrest got together on the baseball diamond. So this Hillcrest struggled through a tough year last year, 4-17, I believe they were a year ago. So they struggled a little bit trying to put things together last year. But they'll try to bounce back, and they also will take their wraps off a new season here today. So kicking off a new year, the Preston Indians take on the Hillcrest Knights. New coach, new attitude, and a new commitment to winning here with Sean Thompson now at the helm of the Preston Indians. So we'll take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups. Umpires are here. They'll get ready to head downstairs coming up here in just a few minutes. So we're just a few minutes away from the opening of today's game, as we can work on getting started with that as we continue more with here on the pregame show on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you think of a medical center's vital signs, you think of a monitor beeping. Today, Franklin County Medical Center is sharing a new set of vital signs. They're the vital signs of a growing hospital. Our new medical office building is now home to the care you depend on. You'll visit us here for primary, specialty, and walk-in care. Franklin County Medical Center has been a vital part of the region's healthcare since 1929, right in your neighborhood.
Looking for unique ideas to promote your business? How about something for that special gift, celebration, team sport, vacation, or family outing? DeMarie's Vinyl Designs can design and produce items for any occasion, male or female, with the highest quality merchandise and procedures that will not fade, peel, or wear out. Check out her store on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/DeMarie's Vinyl Designs. Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
KACH.
And welcome back here to the pregame show. Normally this is where we would have a visit with Sean Thompson, but unable to get together with Sean today. He's just running around like crazy, getting things put together with getting the field ready to for play with the late decision to play the game. So there's still a lot of things that had to be done to the field. So we're not able to catch up with Sean today, but we'll make sure we'll get a visit with him throughout the rest of the year. Normally this is with where we'd have the pregame interview. So we want to recognize our pregame sponsor throughout the entire school year, Evergreen Financial Partners. Remember, when planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen in Preston. Set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net, and now also with an office in Pocatello as well. Speaking of upcoming games, this game and then next week they'll be back here at home as they'll play a doubleheader next Tuesday with the Shelley Russets coming to town. That'll be their only scheduled game for next week, and then go back out on the road as they'll go to Kimberly for a single game, and then back here again the next day on the 20th of March, the first official day of spring, by the way, as they'll play another doubleheader against Madison coming up here on the 20th. Both remember the doubleheaders against Shelley and against Madison are both 3 p.m. first pitches of game one of the doubleheaders. So as we'll continue to work our way down toward the first pitch, umpires look like they're starting to make their way down to the field. So we're getting ever closer. Still have the lineups and the first pitch coming up here in just a few minutes as well as we continue on this pregame show on the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Group presentation of Preston Indian Baseball on the My Local Radio Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey Preston, looking for a cool spot to chill and grab some awesome food? Head to the Hangout at 23 South State Street. We're not just a restaurant, we're your go-to spot to hang with your family and friends. Pool tables, games, great vibes, and the same amazing pizza you loved from the Slice. Swing by the Hangout today.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, we aren't just protecting things with walls and wills, we're protecting people, because everything and everyone that is important to you is important to us. This is Brittany and Braden Smith, your local Farm Bureau agents, celebrating another wonderful year here in Franklin County as your trusted insurance advisors. Whether it's home, auto, life, commercial, or farm insurance, we are here for you. Give us a call at 208-852-2364 or just stop by our office at 33 South 1st East in Preston to see how we can make insurance simple for you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to the Preston Indian pregame show as the Indians get ready to take the wraps off a brand new baseball season. Now, there were a number of games played yesterday around the area, and several more being played here today. We look at those other games going on today, of course, brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto. Stop by and find out how much you can save at Naylor Insurance at 223 North State Street in Preston. A game featuring two of the teams from the Pocatello area as Highland will be at Century today. Soda Springs travels to Declo as they'll play a doubleheader this afternoon. Wood River is at Skyview. Sugar Salem will be at Malad this afternoon. Teton takes on American Falls. Emmett will be at Canyon Ridge. Ridgeview will be at Bora. Boise heads to Capitol. Caldwell will get together with Centennial this afternoon. Meridian will face Mountain View. Kuna takes on Nampa. It'll be Valley View at Rocky Mountain. And Grangeville will be at Nampa Christian. And those you look at other games going on around the area today. Again, brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto, there's only one place to stop. That is Naylor Insurance at 223 North State Street in Preston. Stop by and see how much you can save with Naylor Insurance. We're just a couple of minutes away from the first pitch here as the Preston Indians will face the Hillcrest Knights. It's opening day for both teams. Stay with us. The starting lineups and the first pitch for this afternoon's game coming up next here on KACH, on MyLocalRadio.com, and on the My Local Radio Sports Network. We'll be right back.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
Discover your ultimate escape at Day Mountain Ranch. Come enjoy our upscale lodges, perfect for family reunions and corporate retreats. Unwind, bond, and make memories that last in one of our luxury cabins. Host your dream wedding on our secluded property, perfect with a captivating nature backdrop. Or join our gun club. Rent or bring your own firearms and master your skills in private classes or dynamic group sessions at our premier state-of-the-art private gun range up to 2,200 yards. Your outdoor adventure and retreat begins at Day Mountain Ranch, 77 South Spring Creek Road, Preston, Idaho. Reserve your spot now at dmrresort.com.
Well, time to play baseball here this afternoon. We welcome you in as the Hillcrest Knights are in town to kick off the season against the Preston Indians. And Connor Thompson on the mound pitching for the Indians today and comes home with the first pitch. It's over for a strike. And our game time today, 3:27. We get started just a couple of minutes early here today, but that's understandable with the JV game coming up after the varsity game is over here. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, ball one ball and one strike. So let's get you the lineups here as we go along here in the top of the first inning. As the 1-1 offering is a breaking pitch, misses inside, 2-1. This is Holden Bailey leading off for Hillcrest. He's the second baseman. Cole Croft waits on deck. He plays over at third. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. McCade Robinson will do the pitching today for Hillcrest. He'll hit in the third spot. And Tarek Allen is the shortstop, and he will hit fourth. Breaking pitch, 3-1, is on the outside corner for a strike and runs the count full, 3-2. Braden Nichols does the catching today for Hillcrest. He hits in the 5 spot. Lincoln Stallings is the left fielder as the 3-2 pitch misses outside, and it's ball 4 as Connor Thompson walks the leadoff man here in the top of the first inning. So the man at first and nobody out. That brings up Cole Croft. He is the left, the third baseman here today for the Knights. Thompson works out of the stretch for the first time. There goes the runner. The pitch is outside. The throw is on a bounce and just a little late and not in time. So Bailey steals second base on the first pitch. Moves into scoring position. Pitch was outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Going through the rest of the Hillcrest lineup here. Braden Nichols, we told you, is doing the catching. Lincoln Stallings is in left field. He hits sixth. Charlie Hunsicker is the first baseman. He'll hit seventh. There goes the runner for third, and the throw there is late as well. In fact, it's off the glove of Mendoza and goes into left field, and that's going to get the run in. So Holden Bailey steals second, steals third, and comes in on the air. And just like that, it's 1-0 Hillcrest. Give the air to the third baseman, Mendoza, for the Indians. As next pitch again misses outside. 2 balls and a strike on Cole Croft. Next pitch over again, and they count even at 2-2. Thomas Smith will be in right field. He'll hit in the 8th spot, is the designated hitter, and he will hit 9th. As Thompson's starting to work a little bit quicker and gets a called third strike on Cole. Out and run in. Here's McCade Robinson, the pitcher today for the Knights. In fact, as we run through the lineup for the Knights, I remind you the starting lineups today brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. And the first pitch over for a strike to Robinson, and it's 0-1. We'll give you the Preston lineup when the Indians come up in the bottom of the inning. Next pitch waved at and missed, and he's out in front of it, and it's 0-2. So it's cool but comfortable here in the ballpark. Folks here enjoying chairs in the sun for the most part. Pitch misses on the inside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Robinson. Thompson ready again. Roxon comes home. Breaking pitch, bounces away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So bit of a surprise for the staff when they got here this afternoon. Ball looped foul out along the left field side. It's going to land out of play. It stays 2-2. To walk in and find that the home plate of the JV field that was not covered overnight was just frozen solid, and they couldn't get enough heat on it to try to get it thawed out. As the next pitch misses inside, runs the count full, as McCade Robinson, now with a 3-2 count, will face the Hillcrest Knights get a run without the benefit of a hit, as they get a walk, couple of stolen bases, and an error, and that got the error got the run in, and it's 1-0 Hillcrest as we go to the bottom of inning number 1. Top of the first, brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700. We'll go to the bottom of the first and we come back right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
Magnolia Road is here to bring you the latest trends in women's fashion. We believe fashion should not only be stylish, but also comfortable and inclusive for every body type, with sizes small through 3X. We strongly believe in giving back to our community, and by supporting Magnolia Road, you are not only embracing fashion, but also supporting Preston and West Side activities. Our team is here to help you find that perfect outfit that suits your style and makes you feel confident. Visit Magnolia Road at our new location, 12 North State Street, Preston, Idaho.
Jackson Merrill's the right fielder. He will bat 5th. Zabian Mendoza hits 6th. He is the third baseman. Clayton Hobbs bats in the 7th spot. He plays in center field. Tate Bassett is the left fielder, and he will hit 8th. And Austin Hollingsworth, the new catcher on the team this year, he will hit in the number 9 spot. So we're ready to go here in the bottom of the first, and Oxborough steps in from the left side. And the first pitch home to Cade
is down. Nope, I'm going to call it a strike, and it's 0-1. Once again, the starting lineup for the Indians brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. As the 0-1 pitch misses down low, and it's a ball and a strike on Cade Oxborough. 3-2 pitch again on the way to Oxborough, grounded inside first, out into right field. That'll be a hit as the Smith, the right fielder, gets it back in. And on the 3-2 pitch, Oxborough pulls one inside the first base bag, and he has the first hit of the year for the Indians as he heads down to first base. So one out, nobody out, one on, and that'll bring up Eli Hammonds. Hammonds will hit from the right side. Oxborough with a conservative lead. He's going to go on the first pitch. The throw is pretty good, but not going to be in time. And Oxborough kind of does a face plant going into the bag out there at second base. But he's in there safely with a stolen base. So nobody out. Preston gets the tying run in scoring position. And before he goes, wants to back off for a minute. 0-1 the count on Hammonds. Next pitch home to Eli. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Outfield, not real deep. Right fielder Smith playing fairly shallow out in right field. As the next pitch swung on and missed. Hammonds goes down on 3 pitches. First strikeout of the game for. So here is Connor Thompson. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball. That's over for a strike, Thompson. Robinson looks back at second base a couple of times. Holding, still holding. Now finally comes home to Thompson. The pitch hit foul. Back behind home plate. So 0-2 the count on Thompson. Robinson with a new ball. Now comes home the next pitch. That's hit into the air to center. Hit pretty well. Stocking is there. Gleed's going to go back and tag. He's going to bluff to draw a throw, but it comes back in behind him. And now with 2 outs, the Indians have a runner at second base. So 2 outs, and here is Jackson Merrill. Next pitch to Merrill is up high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch again up high, runs the count 3-1. Merrill back in again. Robinson sets, looks back at Gleed. Now the 3-1 offering. Swung on and missed. So he runs the count full here. As he's trying to work himself out of a little jam he's got himself into. Here's the 3-2 offering. Thumb by Merrill back into the screen. He stays alive at 3-2. And Gleed will head back to second base. Robinson ready again. Gleed goes to third. Runners at the corners for the Indians. Their second hit of the inning. And that brings up Zubin Mendoza. Zubin had a pretty good year a year ago, playing over at third base. And takes the first pitch here. Ball 1 ball and no strikes.
Up high again to Mendoza. 2 balls and a strike. Robinson works out of the stretch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Backhanded neatly there by the catcher, Nichols. And runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Well, Mendoza trying to pick up a couple of runs here in the bottom of the first inning, get his team back out in front. And the 3-1 pitch. Look out. It's up and in to Mendoza. Nope, nothing to say it hit him. Either way, Zabin goes down to first base. And that loads the bases here for the Indians. Come up. Hobbs got into 17 games last year for the Indians and hit .302 overall on the year. To Hobbs is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1 on Clayton. Leads at third, Merrill's at second, Mendoza over at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first and a run in for the Indians. The 0-1 breaking ball is over again, and it's 0-2. So Robinson jumps out in front of Hobbs, 0-2. And the 0-2 offering. Breaking ball off the plate. Tried to see if they could get him to chase one, but he doesn't go after it. Hobbs finished the year last year with 8 runs batted in on the season in his 17 games. The 1-2 pitch is down and away. Ball 2. Runs the count even, 2-2. Robinson hasn't walked anybody. Check that. Let's take it back. He just did. Is 1. He's also struck out 1 here in the inning. And again, the 2-2 pitch. Again, tries to get him to chase one down and away, and Hobbs lays off. So now it's full. 3.
Turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
Step into a realm of beauty and sophistication at Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Immerse yourself in the gentle radiance of our exquisite and popular candles, filling your home with captivating fragrances that embrace the senses. Bring refined tranquility into your home and elevate your connection to harmony through our exquisite decor, all while staying here in Franklin County. Elevate your living space with the allure of Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Visit us today on 10th North Main Street in downtown Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, 1 inning in the book, a 1-1 tie. Here we go to the second, as it will be 5, 6, and 7 coming to the plate here for the Hillcrest Knights. Braden Nichols, Lincoln Stallings, and Charlie Hunsicker. So here's Nichols, the catcher, as the first pitch misses down low to him. 1 ball and no strikes. If you're thinking to yourself that it seems like that Preston and Preston and Hillcrest don't play baseball against each other much, you're right. As the pitch missed down low again, ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hit on 1 hop out toward the second baseman. It's knocked down there by the second baseman, Hammonds, who was able to straighten and throw him out. Good play by Hammonds on that ball, hit hard. Took kind of a funny hop, but he's able to knock it down, able to get it, and throw out the runner Nichols for the first out. And now here is Lincoln Stallings. Well, believe it or not, we're just a couple of weeks short of 13 years since the last time Preston and Hillcrest met each other on the baseball field. As first pitch to Stallings is over for a strike. It's only the 5th game that these two teams have played, going back to 2010. As the next pitch popped up, foul territory on the third base side. Here comes Mendoza. Look out as Mendoza and Hollingsworth run into each other as kind of a glancing blow. Hollingsworth back up.
Mendoza picks up his hat as Hollingsworth will head back to pick up his mask and go back in behind the dish. Boy, that was close. As right in front of the Preston dugout, really almost no reason for that. The dugout should have been yelling and calling somebody to take charge on that play. But they didn't, and the third baseman and the catcher ran into each other and just did avoid serious injury. As the next pitch, breaking ball to Stalling, stays high, and it's 1-2. Anyway, Hillcrest has swept a doubleheader from the Indians, and then Preston and Hillcrest, they swept another doubleheader the following year. We're talking about way back in 2011 was the last time they met. So 2011 and 2010 and 2011, as that pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, and Stallings goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Connor Thompson. So 2 outs, and here's Charlie Hunsicker. First pitch to Hunsicker, rolled up along the third base line. Gloved there by Mendoza, throws across in time for the out. And Thompson turns in a 1-2-3 inning as the Knights go out in order. They're out 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second after an inning and a half. It's still Hillcrest 1 and the Preston Indians 1.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're an athlete looking to treat strained or sore muscles, a multitasking mom seeking balance, or just looking to boost your mood and nutrition, Butterfly Express is here for you. Experience the soothing scents and holistic benefits that cater to both your body and mind with our wide selection of essential oils, herbs, and supplements. And the best part is, unlike other big brand companies, Butterfly Express is affordable and local. Visit us in Clifton or explore our collection online at butterflyexpress.shop and use the promo code KACH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. Quality doesn't have to be expensive. Butterfly Express Essential Oils.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, show times, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Stays a 1-1 tie as we go here to the bottom of inning number 2. As the Indians come up here in the bottom of the second inning, and doing so, they will send up the 8, 9, and 1 batters. So it's Tate Bassett, Austin Hollingsworth, and back to the top of the order, and Kate Oxborough due up here for Preston. This inning brought to you by Butterfly Express Essential Oils. Remember to use the code KACH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. And remember, shop online at butterflyexpress.shop. So here's Kate Bassett. He'll hit from the left side as he walks up there wearing 25 on his back. Indians wearing their white uniforms, trimmed in blue, gold numbers, and Indians splashed across the chest in gold, as well as that first pitch fastball in the outside corner for a strike from Robinson, and it's 0-1. Trying to work quicker here and try to stay a little bit warmer and looser, and the next pitch swung on and missed. So it's 0-2 on Bassett to lead off here in the bottom of the second. The 0-2 offering. Misses down low, 1-2. Of course, when you think about Preston and Hillcrest, what you think about the wars they've had the last few years on the basketball floor, and not really on the baseball diamond. It's been a while since they've met. Pitch outside, runs the count even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Robinson. And the first out here in the second inning, and that brings up Austin Hollingsworth.
So Hollingsworth, who takes over behind the dish for the Indians, as talk about players that folks that have moved on, no longer in the areas. The first pitch misses down low, ball one ball and no strikes. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and that evens the count at 1-1. Eli Hammonds caught a lot last year for Preston. As the pitch again misses high and away, ball two balls and a strike. But according to what I was told before the game is that the catcher this year, Hollingsworth, will be in there just about day in, day out. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Got one up in the hands and not able to catch up with it. So back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the second inning. As they go back to the top of the order again, Cade Oxborough back up at the plate. First pitch to Ox, fastball in the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oxborough singled his first time up, pulled the ball inside the third base bag. Check that, the first base bag, I mean, and was able to get down to first base. Is that next pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner. Boy, tell you what, McCade Robinson made very quick work of the bottom of the second inning as he strikes out the side. As he retires the Indians in order, they go out 1-2-3 and will go to break. We're still, after two, we're still tied. It's a 1-1 tie on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
The greatest of life's moments can pass in the blink of an eye. Make sure you enjoy them with clear vision. The optometrists at Eye Care For You have been serving patients in Cache Valley and Preston for 43 years. As a full-service optical store, you'll find glasses, contacts, and professional eye health and vision exams. Doctors Philip Cromwell, Jeff Cromwell, and Lance Henderson are committed to providing you with professional care for your vision. Call today to schedule an appointment in Preston or Logan. Eye Care For You, not just a name, but a commitment.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, welcome back here to the ballpark as we'll move here to the third. Top of the third inning. Still in a 1-1 tie, and we're going to have our first pitching change of the day. So early in the year, guys are on pitch counts, so you have a lot of pitching changes. As Connor Thompson will leave after working 2 innings, as it will be Chase Oxborough who will come in and pick up. So Oxborough takes over on the hill, and moving in over at first base. Let me grab my lineup card here, look at some numbers. Thompson moves over to play first base, so the two just flip-flop positions. So Thompson now over at first, and Oxborough will work on the mound. So as Oxborough gets ready to go to work, he will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here, as Thomas Smith, the right fielder, is the first man that he will face, and the first pitch misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The left-hander Oxborough rocks again, comes back home, Fastball again misses just off the outside corner. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Oxborough, who was able to come in and pitch a little bit last year. Next pitch hit foul off the first base side. It's 2-1. Oxborough got into 7 games last year, all in relief, had no record as the 2-1 pitch fastball misses inside, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. So the Indians taking the wraps off a brand new season here this year, something that they have not had good luck with, and that's opening day starts as the next pitch misses down low and a little off the plate, and Thomas draws a walk here to lead off here in the third inning. First walk given up by Indian pitching here this afternoon. So the number 9 hitter, Mason Reichelt, who's the DH, will now come up and hit with a runner over at first. He shows bunt, gets the bunt down, pushes it foul, though, over by the first base dugout, and it's 0-1. Ralph's Construction helps build homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. They help bring you today's game as well. Call for more information at 435-232-1837. The 0-1. Fastball on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. So the Indians have not had a good success on their opening day games. In fact, going back and checking as far back as 2010, as a pitch rolled foul up along the third base side, it'll stay foul and stay at no balls and 2 strikes. So going back as far as 2010, including days where they played double headers on opening day, Preston has only 4 wins and 13 losses in opening day games. The 0-2 is in the dirt, goes between the legs of Hollingsworth and goes to the backstop. Pitch in the dirt. That'll be a wild pitch that'll allow Smith to get to second base. So, still nobody out. Go ahead and run it at third, second base with no outs. And again, the pitch hit foul again by Reichelt as he hits it foul back into the screen. So 4 wins and 13 losses in opening day games, including doubleheaders going back to 2010. Numbers are a little bit better when you start talking about first games at home. As the pitch is down low, the throw on a bounce is not in time down to third base as Smith steals third. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Smith now stands at third, still with nobody out. Preston's going to bring the infield halfway to try to cut the run down at home as the ball's lined into right field, and that's going to get down for a hit in front of Jackson Merrill, and that's going to get the run in no matter what. And there goes Reichelt for second base and then runs into the runner there. He runs into Austin Gleed kind of coming over to try to field the throw. It'll be an interference call. So Reichelt gets second base. But more importantly, picks up the RBI and gives Hillcrest a 2-1 lead. In fact, that hit is the first hit of the game for the Knights. It's good for a run. So let's go back to the top of the order as Holden Bailey back up there now. Bailey shows bunt. Another pitch off the glove of Hollingsworth goes back to the backstop. As the runner moves up to third base as Reichelt stands over at third. So 1 ball, no strikes on Bailey. Fastball on the inside half this time, taking and takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Outfield for the Indians swung slightly over toward right. Next pitch to Bailey, misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Reichel comes down the line from third. Bailey waits at the plate. The next pitch swung on and missed. Took something off it, and Bailey's out in front of it. And comes up empty. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bailey hit .237 last year. Drove in 9. And takes that pitch in the dirt. And once again, here comes the runner who will advance on the ball that gets away from Hollingsworth. So a couple of wild pitches in the inning, gets Reichel home. That's the second run of the inning. That makes it 3-1, Hillcrest on top. And runs the count to 2-2 here against Bailey. Still nobody out in the inning. Oxborough comes home. The next pitch is up high. That's ball 4. So Bailey walks. And that's all 3 batters that Oxborough has faced here in the inning have all reached against him. A single and a pair of walks, and now here is Cole Croft, who took a called third strike his first time up. First pitch to Croft is on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Croft, new to the varsity for Hillcrest. He did not appear in any varsity games last year. As that pitch is up high. Snap throw back to first again. Knocked down over at first by Thompson. Able to keep it in front of him. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here, top of the third. 3-1, Hillcrest leading. There goes the runner. The pitch high. The throw is going to be late and dropped at second base. Gleed came over, thought he had it, but the ball had popped out of his glove, almost like the umpire was ready to call the runner Bailey out. But the ball popped out of Gleed's glove, so instead it's going to be a stolen base. The third of the game already for Holden Bailey. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oxborough out of the stretch, comes home, the pitch low. There goes the runner for third, and this time he is going to be out at there. So Hollingsworth able to gun down the runner, Holden Bailey. First out of the inning, caught stealing 2-5. Base is empty now as the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Cole Croft. Check that, 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Croft. Oxborough ready again, comes home, the 2-1. Hit foul, runs the count even now at 2-2. So talking about first home games of the year for the Indians, we told you season opening games certainly have not gone their way over the past while. A better mark in first home games played for the Indians. As breaking ball misses outside, runs the count full. It's now 3-2 on Cole Croft. 1 out here in the top of the third. That ball's lined over the head of Gleed out in his left center field. That's going to be another hit as big turn there first base for Croft as he'll stay over at first base. Second hit of the inning. Second hit off of Oxborough. And now here is McCade Robinson, the pitcher. He popped up his first time up. So when the Indians, over the last 13 times they have played their first home games of the year. Now, mind you, it's not 13 consecutive years because there's some years in there where things weren't reported, and there was the COVID year as the first pitch to Robinson is up high, ball 1. But over that time, Preston is 6-2 as
pitch is over for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There goes the runner. The pitch over for a strike. The throw, there's nobody there to take the throw at second base, and it actually ends up hitting the runner. Otherwise, it would have gone into center field. So Cole Croft steals second base. He moves into scoring position. Oxborough ready, comes home again, and that pitch is going to be hit foul off the first base side. And that's going to fall foul. One and 2 the count. As Hammond sneaks in behind the runner at second base, and the next pitch swung on and missed. Nice dig out of the dirt by the catcher Hollingsworth as Robinson goes down on strikes. That's just the second out of the inning. So the runner remains at second base, and Tarek Allen comes up. He's the shortstop. 2 runs home in the inning on a pair of hits. As the first pitch to Allen misses down low, ball 1, 1-0. So that pitch line back up the middle. It gets by Oxborough into short center field. Making the turn coming home is Croft. He will come in. That's the 3rd run of the inning here for the Hillcrest Knights, and they lead 4-1 on the RBI single by Tarek Allen. Didn't hit it hard, but he got it right back through the middle, and just hard enough to where Gleed, the shortstop, couldn't catch up with it before it made its way out into center field. So here's the catcher, Brandon Nichols. As Oxborough goes to first, and over at first base, he is safe. Good long look by the base umpire, but he called him safe. So Nichols will climb back in. Oxborough comes home, breaking pitch, misses outside, ball 1. It gave you the wrong number. During the home openers, Preston is 8-3 in their last 11 home openers. As that pitch is a half swing, he goes too far, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike here on Nichols. So next pitch swung on a miss. It's 1-2. So the part of the problem was just a lot of those games just not reported for whatever reason. Ball and 2 strikes on Nichols. Oxborough comes home. Breaking pitch is low. The throw through to second base is not in time. In fact, it rolls behind Hammond, so it's another stolen base here for Hillcrest here in the inning. This one for Allen. That's 4 stolen bases in the inning, and 6 in the game already here for the Knights. As the 2-2 pitch misses upstairs, and a count now full at 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs here on Nichols, who takes a pitch up high, ball 4, and he'll walk again. So that brings the 8th batter to the plate here in the inning, and that's Lincoln Stallings, the left fielder. Runners at first and second. Stallings took a called 3rd strike his first time up. Up there with a couple of men out there on the bases. Thompson comes up, plays in front of the runner over at first, as the first pitch misses down low and away outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 3 runs home in the inning on 2 hits. As the next pitch is popped up foul, out of play on the third base side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Stallings. 4-1, Hillcrest on top. 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Dan Hubbard here on opening day for the Preston Indians. Out here at the ballpark, John Beverly back in the studio today as again the pitch hit foul. It's going to land on the clubhouse roof and it goes to 1-2. This inning brought to you by Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. 17 South State Street in Preston. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. The runners go as the pitch is hit foul back into the screen. So the 1-2 pitch put the runners in motion. See if you can produce some offense that way, but the pitch hit foul back into the screen on the hit and run play. So Stallings back up there again, and the next pitch floats outside and evens the count at 2-2. Stallings is the 8th man to hit in the inning. So not a good inning for Oxborough here, as that pitch again misses down and away, and that runs the count full again. So now with a 3-2 count and 2 outs, that means the runners will be away on the pitch. Allen from second, Nichols from first. The runners go, then the pitch is hit on the ground out toward the second baseman. Hammonds knocks it down, be able to pick it up, throw back over to first in time for the out, and the inning comes to an end. But not before Hillcrest plates 3 on just a couple of hits. There was a pair of walks in the inning as well. No errors, and they leave 2 men on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third after 2.5. It's Hillcrest 4, Preston 1 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When buying a vehicle, you want the process to be straightforward and the financing simple. At West Motor and West Motor Ford, that's exactly the way that you'll be treated. They also understand that accidents can happen and maintenance will be needed. When you find yourself in need of body and paint work, windshield repair, work under the hood, or under the vehicle, West Motor would love to help you out and earn your trust. Turn to West Motor and West Motor Ford in Preston and Hyde Park.
WestMotorCompany.com.
If you haven't been to Woodward's Country Store lately, you are missing out. As proud supporters of Westside and Preston High School athletics, we're here to fuel your day and support our wonderful community. Fill up your tank, grab a delicious sandwich, and get everything you need for life's little adventures. Woodward's Country Store, where convenience meets quality and community spirit.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. 4-1, Hillcrest has a lead. Looks like we have a pitching change here for the Knights here, as well as McCade Robinson will leave. And coming into pitch here, as I'm looking for, it's Lincoln Stallings who will come in and pitch here for Hillcrest. So Stallings comes in to take in for Robinson, who went 2 innings. Gave up just a pair of hits and the 1 run. He also walked 1 and struck out 1. Check that, he struck out 4. My bad, he struck out the side his last inning of work. So as we go here to the bottom of the third inning, it's Hammonds, Gleed, and Thompson due up here for the Indians. As the 1-0 pitch is looped into left field by Hammonds, that's going to fall for a hit. So Eli has his first hit of the year as he singles to left field. And that'll bring up Austin Gleed, who singled his first time up, got as far as third base back in the first inning and was left there. As they go to first base, and Hammonds dives back in on his hands and knees. Left-hander Stallings comes home, breaking pitch, Gleed's out in front of it. And it's 0-1. Nobody out here in the
Bottom of the third. Again, they go back to first base again, and Hammond's back to the bag once again. Stallings comes home. The next pitch to Gleed. That is on the inside half this time for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Check that, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch to Gleed just misses the outside corner. It's 1-2. Well, it is baseball season after all, so let's see what's happening as far as exhibition baseball, preseason baseball. Pitch outside to Gleed. 2-2. We look for the information here in the phone. There goes the runner. They got him picked off over there. Hammonds goes to second base. Now he's not in time. They called him safe. It'll officially be a stolen base as Hammonds was running on the pitch. So the throw back behind him, the return throw from the first baseman, Hunsaker, not in time. The 1-2 pitch to Gleed. Misses up high, 2-2. Check that, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. All right, games going on, exhibition games around Florida and in Arizona. A little roller up along the third base line. Croft down to get it. Has to play across to first, and he pulled the runner off the bag. And the throw looks like it may have hit Gleed in the upper part of the body, or maybe up around the face. Or maybe you got the glove in the face. Yeah. So Hunsaker able to make the play and then tagged Gleed coming by. The tag was high as Hunsaker apologizes to Gleed as he comes by. But Austin is out 5-3. That's the first out of the inning. And the ground ball in the infield allows Hammonds to move up to third. So runner at third base, 1 out. And now here is Connor Thompson, who comes up for the second time. He flew out to center his first time up. First pitch to Thompson, over for a strike. Night game going on in Florida tonight. During the second inning, that's Detroit at Baltimore. No score there. Bottom of the first, St. Louis leading Washington. A little roller up along the third base line, and it's going to be a foul ball. They wisely let it roll, and it just did cross the line. So St. Louis leading Washington 2-0, bottom of the first. Finals from today, Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Of course, it is spring training baseball, and you still have those oddities of a tie. They finish in a 6-6 tie down in Florida today. Next pitch home to Thompson, misses outside. Ball and a strike and 2 strikes. Philadelphia beat Houston in grapefruit lead action today. 6-3 the final there. Pittsburgh beat Minnesota by the same score of 6-3 as the next pitch to Thompson swung on and missed as he goes down on strikes. So there's 2 outs. That's the 5th Indian to go down on strikes today. And with 2 outs, that brings up the right fielder, Jackson Merrill. Merrill singled, stole second base his first time up. Toronto, they played the Yankees today in Dunedin as that pitch over for a strike. 1 ball and no strikes. Toronto beat the Yankees 2-1. I don't know if you heard or not, but Joey Votto, who was released over the winter by the Cincinnati Reds, wasn't brought back. Next pitch over for a strike again to Merrill. He signed a minor league contract today with the Toronto Blue Jays and will try to make the big league club out of camp. As the next pitch to Merrill is swung on and missed, as 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Preston leaves a runner standing at third base. So no runs in the inning, 1 hit, and they leave Hammond standing over at third. So we're done with 3. We'll go to the 4th. After 3, it's Hillcrest 4 and the Preston Indians have won. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When buying a vehicle, you want the process to be straightforward and the financing simple. At West Motor and West Motor Ford, that's exactly the way that you'll be treated. They also understand that accidents can happen and maintenance will be needed. When you find yourself in need of body and paint work, windshield repair, work under the hood, or under the vehicle, West Motor would love to help you out and earn your trust. Turn to West Motor and West Motor Ford in Preston and Hyde Park.
WestMotorCompany.com.
If you haven't been to Woodward's Country Store lately, you are missing out. As proud supporters of Westside and Preston High School athletics, we're here to fuel your day and support our wonderful community. Fill up your tank, grab a delicious sandwich, and get everything you need for life's little adventures. Woodward's Country Store, where convenience meets quality and community spirit.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So 3 innings in the book. Hillcrest leading the Indians here this afternoon by a score of 4-1 as we go to the top of the 4th. Oxborough stays out there on the hill for the Indians, although he had to face 8 different hitters last inning and gave up 3 runs. So here as we go to the 4th, it'll be Charlie Hunsaker, Thomas Smith, and Mason Rick to the bottom third of the order for the Knights as we go to the 4th inning. And this inning brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Remember, next time you're in for lunch, grab one of their mouth-watering meat sandwiches. Or also, while you're there, grab some of their famous jerky as well. Or you can order it online at papajs.com. We'll get back to the scores from today around exhibition baseball action, but want to remind you, speaking of Papa J's, they have their, their 29th birthday celebration coming up tomorrow. As the first pitch here to Hunsaker is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. It's their 27th birthday party coming up tomorrow at Papa J's. They have all kinds of great specials that they run during their birthday celebrations. As the pitch misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oxborough ready. Roxon comes home with a 1-1 pitch. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. 10% off all jerky tomorrow during their 27th birthday celebration. They have $5 sandwich specials as well, and $2.99 ground beef. As the 2-1 pitch misses outside, 3-1. Plus, they have gas coupons. You can spin the Wheel of Fortune. It's all tomorrow at the 27th birthday for Papa J's out in Clifton. 3-1 pitch is over for a strike. Runs the count full, 3-2. Hunsaker grounded out, 0 for 1 on the day, and the 3-2 pitch on the way is hit foul at home plate. So he stays alive, leading off here in the top of the 4th. Other games come out west here to Arizona. Look at the games in the Cactus League today. 3-2 count again, swung on and missed. Hunsaker goes down on strikes. Just the 3rd strikeout for Preston pitchers today with 1 out. That'll bring up Thomas Smith, who walked and scored to lead off the last inning. Around Texas, around the Cactus League today, as the first pitch to Smith is outside, ball 1. Cleveland beat the White Sox by a score of 2-1. And Kansas City Royals, they pick up another win. They beat the Texas Rangers today by a score of 4-2. The 1-0 pitch to Smith, up high, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Chicago Cubs at home today in Mesa. They beat Seattle 9-5, while the Angels get a win at home in Tempe as they beat the Colorado Rockies 8-7 as the pitch over for a strike. And it's now 2 balls and a strike here on Thomas Smith. The 2-1 swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Cubs actually played a split squad game today. Half their squad they sent over to
to Talking Stick to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks, lost by a score of 7-5. Pitch swung on and missed, dropped at home plate, and Smith is out 2-3 on the putout at first base for the second out of the inning. So a pair of strikeouts in the inning, and now here is Mason Rilkt. Mason singled, drove in a run, and scored his first time up. Oops, hold on a second. I got Smith back up at the had Smith back up there, and then instead of striking out, he actually draws a walk as the pitch was high. So he'll head down to first base instead. He's there with one out. Okay, now here's Mason Rilkt. Milwaukee gets a win. They beat the Oakland A's today, soon to be Las Vegas A's, I think, as the pitch over for a strike. 7-4 the final. 0-1 on Rilkt as he takes the first pitch over for a strike. A couple of other night games going on tonight in Arizona as well, as those games yet to get underway. There goes the runner. The throw through by Hollingsworth is not in time. So a walk, stolen base for Smith. He now stands at second base with one out. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count here on Rilkt as the one pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. So that's your peek around the cactus and grapefruit action today as we play here in the top of the fourth inning. 4-1, Hillcrest on top as a pitch looped into right field. Coming up, shading his eyes as Merrill was able to make the catch. No advancement by the runner at second base, so now there is 2 outs. And we go back to the top of the order. So that brings up Holden Bailey, who's been up there twice and walked twice. Scored a run back in the first inning and then was thrown out trying to steal second base last inning in the third. First pitch to Bailey on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Four runs, just 2 hits for the Knights, as they have made the most out of the free passes given to them by Preston pitching here on opening day. As the pitch again hit foul, and it's 0-2. 1 run, 3 hits for the Indians through 3 innings of play. 0-2 the count on Bailey. Oxborough comes set, looks back at the runner at second a couple of times and comes home. As that pitch is inside, gets away. Nope, they're going to say it hit him. So that back foot slider by Oxborough ends up landing on the back foot of Bailey. He's hit by the pitch and heads down to first base. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's Cole Croft, who struck out, singled, stole a base, and has scored a run today. First pitch to Croft, hit foul back into the screen. So 0-1 the count on Croft. Making his varsity debut, as he did not play in any games at the varsity level a year ago. As that pitch over for a strike. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on, top of the fourth. 4-1, Hillcrest leads. Again, pitch misses outside. Runner's going to go to the third. The throw on a bounce is going to be not in time. It actually looks like it, almost like it hit the runner Smith and then deflected right back to the third baseman Mendoza, who was able to make the play. As Holden Bailey also moves up to second base on the play as well. As pitches down and in this time to Croft. It'll go as a ball. So runners at second and third. Croft trying to pick up a couple of runners here.
Next pitch. Hits hit into right field. That's going to get in for a hit. As Merrill will be able to make the play cleanly, get it back in. One run is in. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he is out. So Smith scores on the single by Croft, and then Bailey thrown out trying to come home 9-2 on the throw out at home plate. So one run home in the inning for the Knights on one hit, and they leave no one on base. So we're done with the 3.5. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth as it's now 5-1. Hillcrest on top. We'll take a timeout and we'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Papa J's World Headquarters in Clifton, Idaho, started on the dream of a man who wanted to give back to his small-town farming community. 20 years later, it's a place renowned for its gourmet beef jerky, deli, and uniquely friendly customer experience. The friendly staff at Papa J's invites you to come in or find them online at papajs.com, where you can have the unique taste of Papa J's beef jerky shipped to you all with a click of a button. Papa J's, world-class jerky in small-town USA. papajs.com. Discover your ultimate escape at Day Mountain Ranch. Come enjoy our upscale lodges, perfect for family reunions and corporate retreats. Unwind, bond, and make memories that last in one of our luxury cabins. Host your dream wedding on our secluded property, perfect with a captivating nature backdrop. Or join our gun club. Rent or bring your own firearms and master your skills in private classes or dynamic group sessions at our premier state-of-the-art private gun range up to 2,200 yards. Your outdoor adventure and retreat begins at Day Mountain Ranch, 77 South Spring Creek Road, Preston, Idaho. Reserve your spot now at dmrresort.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, as we move along here to the bottom of the fourth inning, once again another new pitcher comes in here for the Hillcrest Knights, as it'll be Homer Bailey now come in, as he'll become the third pitcher of the day used by the Hillcrest management. And as he comes in here in the bottom of the fourth inning, he'll face Zabin Mendoza, Clayton Hobbs, and Tate Bassett here for the Preston Indians. 5-1, Hillcrest on top, as Preston's been held to 3 hits so far. They pushed across the unearned run back in the first inning, and that's it. That's all they've got. So here's Mendoza. He walked his first time up, takes the first pitch here from Bailey over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Next pitch swung on and missed, breaking ball that he swung through, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch, down low, 1-2. So Bailey, a pretty handy guy to have around on the team. Good leadoff man. As that pitch over for a strike, and he gets Bailey looking. I should say he gets Mendoza looking, does Bailey. 1 out. That's the 6th Preston batter to go down on strikes today. Now here's Clayton Hobbs. Hobbs flew out to center his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. And takes the first pitch up high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Bailey got into 3 games last year. No record with an ERA of an even 5. As that pitch bounces up there, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Worked a total of 5 innings. Got knocked around a little bit. 13 runs allowed, but only 4 of those earned on 8 hits. Next pitch to Hobbs is up high again, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch. Clayton taking and takes a breaking pitch over, and it's 3-1. Three-1 pitch. That one's up high, and Hobbs draws a 1-out walk here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just the second walk allowed by Hillcrest pitching on the day. Now here is Tate Bassett. So Mother Nature kind of relented as the pitch swung on and missed. The throw through is on the wrong side of the bag and not in time as Hobbs steals second base. With the snow and the storms from last weekend, Mother Nature kind of relented and snow all melted away, and they were able to get the game in here today. Talking with the Hillcrest manager and coaches before the game today, they were surprised that when they got the call to come on down and play. In fact, before they left today, as the pitch breaking ball misses the throw down to third base, and Hobbs is going to be out there. So how Hobbs thrown out trying to steal. Second out of the inning. 2-5 on the caught stealing. And an 0-1 count on Bassett. They said they went out and they stuck a yardstick in to check and see how much snow there was left on the field at Hillcrest today before they got on the bus to come down here. There's a count now, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's up high, ball 3. And at home plate at the baseball field at Hillcrest today, before they got on the bus, there was still 2 feet of snow on the field. 3-1 pitch is over for a strike, runs the count full, 3-2. So it's going to be a while still before they get to play on their field. But luckily, Hillcrest has a first-class indoor training facility for baseball as the pitch is swung on and missed. As Bassett strikes out, 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Preston is out as no runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. So we're done with 4. We'll move along to the 5th. It's still Hillcrest on top by a score of 5-1 after 4.5.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
When you are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you want something that is ready to eat now, always stop at the Stokes Market Deli in Preston. With cold and hot cases, you can always find food that is fresh, hot, or cold. Sandwiches, soup, salads, deviled eggs, donuts, wraps, cheese trays, desserts, and a hot and delicious buffet. A meal out doesn't have to be at a restaurant. Come and enjoy something for everyone at the Stokes Market Deli today. 217 South State Street in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So we move along here to the top of the 5th, and the third pitcher of the day comes in here for the Preston Indians. Thompson went 2, Oxborough goes 2, and now it's Eli Hammonds who comes in to take over on the mound. As Hammonds becomes the third pitcher used here for Preston, and he will face McCade Robinson, at least the scheduled hitters. Robinson followed by Tarek Allen, and then Braden Nichols due up for the Hillcrest Knights, who have a 5-1 lead. Here's we go to the 5th. Today's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto, stop in and find out how much you can save at Naylor Insurance at 223 North State Street in Preston. Our next broadcast comes up on Tuesday. The Shelley Russets will be here, a doubleheader. I believe that starts at 3 o'clock, so we shall have our pregame show around 2:30 coming up on next Tuesday. And then hopefully, weather and conditions permitting, on Thursday, the Preston girls will play their first game of the year, the softball team, as they'll be back here
on Thursday against Westside. As here is McCade Robinson, takes the first pitch, breaking ball from Hammonds, and swings through it, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, hit in the air to left field, hit into the gap. Bassett giving chase, and he's not going to get there. It's going to fall in between Hammonds and Hobbs, and it's going to be a leadoff double here for McCade Robinson, his first hit of the game. So Robinson doubles, and that brings up Tarek Allen. So the leadoff man aboard, as they'll try to extend what is already a 4-run lead. As the first pitch here to Allen misses down low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Allen appeared in 18 games last year at the varsity level for Hillcrest. Pitch swung out and missed, and it's 1-1. And during those 18 games, he hit .426. Drove in 21 and had a total of 8 extra base hits a year ago. As that pitch in the dirt, and there goes down to third base. There goes Robinson. Well, breaking pitch in the dirt, so that'll be a wild pitch. And Robinson now stands at third base with nobody out, as Preston will bring the infield up halfway. With Hammonds coming in to pitch, and here's the 2-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Thompson moves over to play second base now, and Oxborough, the left-hander, moves back in and playing first base, his regular spot where he started the game, as the pitch misses the outside edge and runs the count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2, the count on Allen here in the top of the 5th. Ground ball wide of third. Gleed smothers, gets to his feet, makes the long throw across, and it's going to be over Oxborough's head. That'll get the run in. And now heading down to second base is Allen, and he'll get there on the throwing error. Tough play, an infield hit, and then the error allows the runner to move up. Error against the shortstop Gleed, as that allow the run to come in as well. So it's 6-0, or 6-1 rather. And that's the third error of the game charged against the Indians. So here's Nichols, and Nichols hits a ball into left center field, and that's hit pretty well. That's going to roll out toward the 385 mark, as they'll get that back in, but Allen comes around third to score on the RBI double by Brendan Nichols. So the second extra base hit of the inning allows the second run of the inning. So it makes it 7-1. And now here is Lance Stallings, as Nichols takes over at second base, and the first pitch to Stallings. There goes the runner for third, and the throw is going to be in time. So they try to start Nichols, and he's caught stealing and moving up to third. 2-5 on the stolen base. That's just the first out of the inning. One ball, one strike. One out here in the top of the 5th. As the next pitch home to Stallings, that's hit foul back into the screen again. One ball, 2 strikes. Remember, if your pitches swung on and missed. Excuse me. So Stallings goes down on strikes for the second time today. He's 0 for 3. 2 outs in the inning. And now here is Charlie Hunsaker, who's grounded out and struck out himself. And if you're just getting home from work, want to see a little baseball this afternoon, still have a JV game yet to be played here
as the first pitch to Hunsaker goes behind him. And it's 1 ball with no strikes as Hammonds kind of holds his hand up as if to say, sorry, my bad. As a pitch, breaking ball that just didn't, it stayed so far outside it went behind Hunsaker. The next pitch is a fastball that misses down and away, and it's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Next pitch is a ground ball to third. Mendoza has it near the bag. Easy throw across the diamond in time for the out, but not before they add a pair of more runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's now Hillcrest 7, Preston 1 after 4.5 here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we move along here to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Hillcrest is trying to get some of their pitchers an inning of work as we go along here. As Robinson went 2, then it's been Stalling and Bailey for 1 apiece. And as we go here to the bottom of the 5th, it's Reggie Stocking who will now come in and work, becoming the 4th pitcher of the day here for the Knights. And Stocking will face Austin Hollingsworth, the catcher. He's the number 9 hitter. Then back to the top of the order in Oxborough and Hammonds. Today's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce you'll find in Preston and throughout the Cache Valley. Stokes Market on State Street here in Preston. All right, Stocking rocks and comes home, and the first pitch to Hollingsworth is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Stocking's next pitch, fastball, that one stays high, and it's a ball and a strike. So Hollingsworth making his debut behind the plate here for the Indians today. The 1-1 pitch popped up, first base side. Hunsaker coming over, but he's not going to have a play. It's going to land out of play, and it's now 1-2. Hollingsworth 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in his only at-bat so far here this afternoon. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stocking ready, the 1-2 pitch is hit right back through the middle and through a drawn-in infield, and Hollingsworth has a hit to lead off here in the 5th. Just poked it right back through the middle, and it's good for a hit. Just the 4th hit today for the Indians. Robinson gave up 2, Stalling gave up 1, and now Stocking gives up 1 as well. Now back to the top of the order, and here's Oxborough. And the pitch misses down low, ball 1. Down by 6 runs, you don't figure that Hollingsworth will be running anytime soon. There's a throw back behind him over there. And it's Hollingsworth back in on his hands and knees. Oxborough 1 for 2, singled, scored a run, and struck out as they go back to first base again, and once again it's Hollingsworth. Safe there again. Hillcrest outfield kind of shallow and shaded slightly around toward right. As the next pitch here to Oxboro's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Again, they go back to first, and again, Hollingsworth back in safely ahead of the tag. Bottom of the fifth inning, 7-1. Hillcrest on top. This is a pitch to Oxboro, hit foul again off the third base side, and it stays at 1-2. Today's game also brought to you by Puppy Steps Training. It's an 8-week board and train program designed to give your puppy a head start in life. Wouldn't your life be better with a well-trained dog from Puppy Steps Training? Again, they go back over to first base, and Hollingsworth back on the bag. And again, the 1-2 pitch. It's inside and hits Oxboro. So the 6-run lead and ahead in the count, 1-2. That's not what Stocking wanted to do. So it puts 2 men on base here for the Indians. And it'll bring up Eli Hammond as he'll come up. So a single and a hit batter. And Preston has a couple of base runners today for the first time at the same time since the first inning, when they pushed across their only run of the game so far. Here's Hammonds, struck out, singled, stole a base, but got left over at third back in the third inning. As the first pitch misses outside, ball 1-0. Outfield straightaway here against Hammond. As that pitch, look out, it's over his head. He has to duck underneath it, but he's able to get underneath it. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 on Hammond, as Eli swinging through a little breaking pitch, and it's now 2-1. Nobody out for the Indians, trying to get something going offensively here in the late innings. They trail 7-1. As the next pitch again misses down in the dirt, and makes it count 3-1. Austin Gleed, 1 for 2 today, waiting on deck. And the next pitch home to Hammond's over for a strike, and runs the count full, 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch to Hammond. Popped up, short center. Here comes the center fielder Stocking to come up, and he can't get there. As the ball's going to fall, they throw into second base, and they get the force out on the trailing runner. That is Oxboro. So it's a little flare hit for Hammonds. Actually, it's going to go as a fielder's choice because of the force play. Oxboro's out 8-6 on the force at second base for the first out. Hammonds reaches on a fielder's choice. And now here's Gleed with runners at the corners. And Stocking backs off before coming home to Gleed. Austin singled, got as far as third base back in the first. He's also grounded out to third today and takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Well, the outfield's still fairly shallow as the pitch on the bounce gets away from the first baseman, Hunsaker, and that's going to allow Hollingsworth to come in, as that'll make it 7-2. Bad pickoff throw over at first base. That'll be an error charged to the pitcher, and that's going to allow the run to come in. So 7-2. As Stocking with a pickoff throw in the dirt that Hunsaker couldn't not glove. It rolled just far enough away from him that Hollingsworth could come in and score. And it makes it 7-2. That's the first run for the Indians since the bottom of the first inning. As that pitch misses outside, and it's 1 ball. Check that, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 on Austin Gleed. 1 out here in the inning is the pitch in the dirt, and running on the pitch was Hammonds. Ball popped out of the glove of the catcher. So that'll go down as a stolen base with Hammonds running on the pitch. 3-0 the count on Glede. First base now open as the 3-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike now. The 3-1 pitch swung on by Glede, hits it foul back into the screen. And runs the count full 3-2. Hammonds at second base, a run in here in the inning already for the Indians. And the 3-2 pitch to Glede is up high, ball 4. So Glede draws a walk. First walk by Stocking, just the 3rd walk today for Hillcrest pitchers. And now here's Connor Thompson with 2 on and 1 out in the inning, and takes the first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Thompson's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to center and struck out and hits that ball foul up along the third base side, and it's 0-2. Thompson and Bassett are the only 2 Preston players that have not reached base today, as that pitch misses outside, 1-2. Thompson flew out and struck out. Bassett has struck out twice today. Ball and 2 strikes on Connor Thompson with 2 on, as Stocking's going to back off before coming home. Climbs back up on top, sets at the letters, quickly comes home, and Thompson bangs one into right field. It's going to be a hit, and it's going to get by the right fielder. That's going to allow Hammonds to score. They're going to hold Glede on an RBI double by Connor Thompson. So Thompson on base for the first time today. Second run home in the inning makes it 7-3. Glede holds up over at third base. And that is the first extra base hit of the season for Preston. As Indians are going to go to the bench here, and it's Derek Pitcher to come in and hit here, as he'll hit for Merrill and hit from the right side. Takes the first pitch high, rolls the second pitch foul over by the first base dugout. So it's 1 ball, check that, it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Derek Pitcher. Next pitch home to Derek is swung on and missed, and he strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. So Pitcher down on strikes. And now here is Zabian Mendoza to come up. Mendoza walked and took a called third strike his last time up. First pitch to Mendoza, misses down and away, ball 1. Hey, the Polar Bear's back and better than ever. Stop by and find out for yourself. Maybe stop in for lunch sometime, or maybe tonight after the game. You'll find them at the south end of the city of Preston on Highway 91, as the next pitch to Mendoza swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's now 1-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. 7-3. Preston trails by 4. As the next pitch to Mendoza misses outside low, and the count evens at 2-2. But they've been able to put a couple of runs on the board here this inning. Gets them at least back into it just a little bit. As the next pitch again up high, ball 3, runs the count full, now 3-2. The 3-2 pitch to Mendoza. Again, misses outside, ball 4. So Mendoza walks. And that's going to load the bases. So with 2 runs home in the inning, Clayton Hobbs comes up with the bases loaded, representing the tying run. As the first pitch misses down and in, ball one. Leads at third, Thompson at second, Mendoza over at first. And the next pitch hit foul off the catcher by Clayton Hobbs, and it's 1-1. Two runs, 2 hits, and an error in the inning for the Indians, and they have looking for more with the bases loaded here. Next pitch to Hobbs. Again, gets away in the dirt. It goes to the backstop. That's going to allow Gleed to come in, and they get a run closer. So Gleed comes in on the wild pitch. That's the third run of the inning. And both the other runners move up 90 feet as well. So Thompson goes to second. Mendoza goes to second base. And possibly more importantly, it takes the force play off over at first base. As the next pitch to Hobbs is hit in the air, foul off the third base side. And it's 2-2. So a new ball for Reggie Stocking. In his first inning of work, he's getting battered around here a little bit, as Hobbs is the 8th man that he has faced here this inning, as the next pitch is swung on and missed. So Hobbs goes down on strikes. Preston has to settle for the 3 runs on a pair of hits. There was an error, and they leave 2 men on base. And we are done with 5 here this afternoon. Done with 5, it's 7-4. The Indians still trail the Hillcrest Knights as we'll go to the 6th on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
All right, we move along to the 6th as Preston gets closer, as they make it a 3-run game now, as it's 7-4 as we go here to the top of the 6th inning. And Eli Hammonds is going to stay out there. He'll go to work here in the 6th. He'll face Thomas Smith, Mason Rickard, and then back to the top of the order, and Holden Bailey due up. Shadows are starting to stretch a little bit and still trying to conserve enough daylight to where the JV team can start to play a little bit. As here's the first pitch to Thomas Smith, misses down low, ball 1. Smith still looking for an official at-bat today, as he has walked both times he's been up there. Hammond's next pitch swung on and missed. A ball and a strike on Thomas Smith to lead off here in the 6th. Hammond's in his 2nd inning of work, the 3rd pitcher used by the Preston Indians today, as their new head coach, Sean Thompson. Next pitch is over for a strike, 2-2. Kenny Inglet stepped down after the season last year because his youngest son had graduated from high school and was out of the program. and he decided to move on and do other things. So, Kenny, we wish him the best in whatever he might be doing and thank him for his time here at Preston. Hard work to run the baseball program. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hammond's ready, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. So Smith down on strikes. That's the first out here in the top of inning number 6. And with 1 out, Mason Rickard up there flew out and had an RBI single earlier in the game as well. As he's late on a pitch, hits it foul off of the first base side, and it's 0-1. We're about an hour and 50 minutes or so into this one. Got started just before 3:30 as that pitch is over for a strike. The breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Got a good number of people made their way out here for the ball game today. As the 0-2 pitch, breaking ball inside from Hammonds, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good to see the folks out here to support the Preston program. The 1-2 again hit foul, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Today's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care that you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Mason Rickard. The 1-2 pitch, half swing, dropped, and they'll tag him. And the umpire says, nope, they ask, no swing, says the base umpire. So it goes to 2-2. Stuck his hand out to ask. It almost looked like he was sticking his hand out to call a third strike. As the 2-2 pitch misses down low. Now Hammond runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 offering is low, ball 4. So after having Rickard in the hole, 1-2, he lets him get away. So he'll head down to first base with a 1-out walk. And back to the top of the order again, and Holden Bailey. Bailey's gotten a free pass each time up there. Walked in the first, walked in the third, and hit by a pitch back in the fourth. So 1 out, 1 on. They go to first base. Throw over there on a bounce, knocked down by Oxborough. As the pitch misses down low, dropped by Hollingsworth, he'll throw through, and it's not in time. As Rickard had bluffed, head down to second base, and stopped, and then once the ball was dropped, he continued on his way. Half swing, foul tipped at home plate by Bailey. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 now the count. 1 out here in the top of inning number 6. 7-4. Hillcrest leads. Bailey takes that pitch, breaking ball, misses outside, 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Hammonds comes home again, and the breaking pitch Bailey lays off this time and takes a tough pitch, but it's a ball, and it's 2-2. Time called as Austin Gleed's going to come in to talk to Hammonds for a moment. And they make a gesture toward the dugout, so the skipper, Sean Thompson, is going to come out and join into this conversation here as well. We're going to make sure Hammonds is okay. He kind of landed awkwardly and went down to one knee after throwing that pitch. And he's trying to almost stretch out, see if he can put weight on his left ankle while he's standing out there. Make sure he's okay before we continue on. You know, Thompson didn't ask the plate umpire for that to be a welfare check type of visit, so it's going to go down as a visit. And Bailey back up there, half swing, rolls it foul up along the first base side, and it's going to stay. Not sure if it's 1-2 or 2-2. Either way, Hammonds comes home with the next pitch and it's down low. So Holden Bailey hanging tough. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you, Mr. Home Plate Umpire, for straightening us out. The 2-2 offering again misses outside as the back throw and not in time. As Ricker got a big lead off of second base on that pitch, and Hollingsworth threw back through, but it was too late. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch home to Bailey, and he walks again as he's on base for the 4th time today without having to swing the bat. So a strikeout of Smith, then back-to-back walks in the inning by Hammond. Runners at first and second, and now here's Cole Croft, who has struck out and singled twice. As the first pitch to Croft, he is inside ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Richt at second, Bailey at first, 1 out. And the next pitch home, a little roller out in front of the plate. It's going to be a tough play for Hammond. Picked it up, dropped it, picked it up again, and threw in time at first base, I believe. Yeah, couldn't see the umpire there. Yes, indeed. They do call it an out, so it's 1-3 on the putout. That's going to allow both of the base runners to move up now to second and third with 2 outs in the inning. So with 2 outs and 2 on, here comes McCade Robinson, the number 3 hitter. 1 for 3 on the day. Doubled his last time up and scored a run. And takes the first pitch off the plate. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. 7-4 as Hillcrest threatening to pick up a couple of those runs back again with runners at second and third, and the 1-0 pitch misses off the plate, and it's ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 offering swung on and missed. Robinson with a big swing and comes up empty. 2-1, top 6. 2-1 pitch on the way. As up high, as they throw it back to third base, and too late there as the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. Tarek Allen with a pair of hits waits on deck as that pitch is over this time and runs the count full 3-2. So Hammond's a pitch away from getting out of the inning without allowing any runs, and the 3-2 pitch on the way is outside ball 4. So to load the bases as 3 walks in the inning. So the bases are full with 2 outs, and now here's Tarek Allen again. Allen flew out, singled twice, scored a run, and drove in 1. And up there with the bases full, and hits the first pitch off the end of the bat, and it's 0-1 as he cues it foul. Rickeld at first, at third rather, Bailey at second, Robinson over at first, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch is over again, and it's 0-2. So he jumps out ahead of the Knights shortstop. And the next pitch is going to be hit off the end of the bat. Played there at second base, and they throw back to first in time for the out. And the Indians able to wiggle off the hook thanks to the ground out here in the inning. No runs, no hits, 3 walks in the inning, and Hillcrest leaves the bases loaded as they will roll over here and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 7-4 after 5.5 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
North Star's Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, what has been the tendency today for the Hillcrest Knights, as they get one inning of work out of each of their pitchers, as we go here to the bottom of the 6th inning once again, they'll have another new person up on the hill, as it's Charlie Hunsaker to come in and pick up. 7-4, Hunsaker moves into his first inning of work, and he will face Tate Bassett, Austin Hollingsworth, and then back to the top of the order again, and Kate Oxborough. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th inning. So as we continue to wait for Hunsaker to go through his warm-up tosses here, we'll remind you that West Motors helps bring you today's game. They are your only stop for new or used cars, both in Preston and in Logan. So Preston trailing 7-4 to the Hillcrest Knights. They made the trip down from Idaho Falls today. And the Indians will have a pinch hitter here as we go to work. As it's Coulter Jensen to come up and pinch hit here for Barrett. And the first pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Barrett 0 for 2, struck out twice. Next pitch swung on and missed again by Jensen, and he finds himself in the hole, 0-2 as well. Hunsaker ready, the 0-2 offering. He stays up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Jensen comes in here to pinch hit as he'll get his first opportunity to hit at the varsity level. Pitch swung on and missed as Hunsaker records a strikeout. The first man he faces here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So it's 1 out. Now here's the catcher, Austin Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth singled. Didn't hit a ball hard, but he got it through the middle and past the pitcher's mound. It found center field before they could get it back in. As a breaking pitch misses outside, ball 1 from Hunsaker. He comes right back to the 1-0 pitch. It foul into the screen, and it's 1-1. Preston trails by 3, but they're running out of outs. 7-4, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 is up high to Hollingsworth. As the Preston check that 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. As the next pitch, a breaking ball misses outside. Now goes to 3-1. Hillcrest outfield still pretty shallow here against Indian hitters. Breaking pitch over. Runs the count full, 3-2. Austin Gleed throwing in the bullpen for the Indians as the 3-2 pitch misses outside, ball 4. So Hollingsworth walks with 1 out, and that brings Oxborough back to the plate. Oxborough walked his last time up, singled back in the first. That's his only hit of the day. As they go to first base, Hollingsworth dives back in on his hands and knees. Showing bunt. Pushes the bunt up along the third base side, did Oxborough, but it's going to be foul. So everybody back to their spots. 1 out, bottom 6. 7-4, Hillcrest leads by 3. Preston needs another base runner to get the potential tying run to the plate, as the next pitch to Ox is up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball and a strike here on Oxborough. Again, they go back to first base again. And again, back safely over there is Hollingsworth. The 1-1 pitch. Rolled wide of third, down to get it. The third baseman, Croft, has to stop and look and try to find a play, and he can't find one. And it's going to be an infield hit for Oxborough. So Oxborough beats out the hit. And that brings the potential tying run to the plate in Eli Hammond's for the Indians. Just the 6th hit of the day for Preston. Hammonds has one of those. He singled back in the 3rd inning. Made it as far as third baseman, but then was left there. Two on, 1 out. And now here's Hammonds. Hunsaker ready, looks back, comes home. The first pitch, fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hammonds 1 for 3 as the next pitch, breaking ball, misses down and away. Struck out back in the 1st. Hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th, but eventually worked his way around to score, part of 3 runs the Indians scored last inning. There's the 1-1. That misses down and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Hollingsworth's at second, Oxborough at first. Here's the 2-1 offering. Hit right back toward the middle. It's knocked down, slowed down at least, as they try to flip it to second base, and they don't get it out anywhere. And now coming home is Hollingsworth to make it a 7-5 game. So Hammonds hits the ball back to Hunsaker, who slowed it down. And because Hunsaker made a play on it, you can't charge an error. So it's an infield hit and an RBI for Hammonds, and now here's Gleed. Still runners at first and second. Those are the tying runs on base for the Indians. As the pitch to Gleed again misses down and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Oxborough at second. Hammonds over at first. Gleed trying to move him along. As that pitch is up high again, ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Connor Thompson would be next. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Next pitch to Gleed. Fastball right down Broadway for a strike, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 offering. Hit foul back into the screen again by Austin. So it runs the count full here, 3-2. Lead single back in the first. He's also walked. And the pitch home to Austin. Breaking pitch missed. So another walk. Back-to-back walks in his at-bats for Gleed. That loads the bases. And now here's Connor Thompson. Bases loaded. 1 out. Hunsaker's going to go back to the windup here with the bases full. And the first pitch misses ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 7-5. Indians trail, but they got the tying runs out on the bases. As the next pitch, breaking ball from Hunsaker this time is a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Indians trying to hang tough. As the next pitch by Thompson hit foul, and it goes to 1-2. Remember, still only 1 out in the inning. Derek Pitcher, who hit for Jackson Merrill, waits on deck as the next pitch to Thompson poked foul this time over toward the varsity softball complex. And it stays again at 1-2. So 1-2, they get a new ball back into Hunsaker again. And again, here comes the 1-2 offering. Rolled foul up along the third base side, and everyone's going to go back. Today's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call, find out how they can do one for you at 208-852-5700. Northern Title. So it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes in the pitch. Fastball again misses outside. It's 2-2. Just about 2 hours and 5 minutes old now is the game, as the pitch again to Thompson misses down low. And the count now full, 3-2. Still only 1 out. Tying runs at second base. And the next pitch is high, ball 4, walks in a run. So Thompson, talk about hanging tough. Picks up his second RBI of the day with a bases loaded walk. That's going to get Oxborough home. The bases remain loaded. 2 runs home in the inning for the Indians. It's now 7-6, and the tying run is standing 90 feet away as Derek Pitcher will come up. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the first pitch to Derek is down low. Ball 1. Nice save back there behind the plate by Nichols to keep it from going to the backstop. Next pitch to Pitcher is a breaking pitch for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 offering swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Still only 1 out of the inning. Hunsaker's 1-2 offering bounces away, no advancement. As Hammonds thought about it, come down the line a few steps down from third base, but thought better of it. It didn't roll very far away. So it goes to 2-2, and all the runners stay right where they're at. Pitcher back into the box. Hunsaker ready, comes home. Fastball is just off the edge, and that'll run the count full to Derek Pitcher, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hunsaker's 3-2 pitch is on the corner, strike 3 call. That's the second out. So 2 outs. And they'll leave it up to Xavier Mendoza to tie the game up. First pitch to Xavier, swung on and missed. Hammonds was left at third base earlier in the game, but he stands there now as the potential tying run. As the next pitch to Mendoza, breaking ball misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Mendoza 0 for 1 officially, took a called third strike in the fourth. He's walked a couple of times and takes that pitch outside, and it's 2-1. He walked in the first, walked again in the fifth. A walk here would tie the game. The 2-1. It's over, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Mendoza. Shadows getting a little bit longer here. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, wouldn't chase, and again the count goes full 3-2. So he walked Thompson and walked over a run a couple of batters ago. Hunsaker's 3-2 pitch again misses outside, and we're tied as the second bases loaded walk of the inning. This one to Mendoza forces over a run and ties the game at 7. So everybody moves up 90 feet again. Gleed goes to third, Thompson to second, Mendoza down to first, and now here's Clayton Hobbs, the 9th man to hit in the inning, and takes the first pitch on a bounce up there, and it's ball 1. So Preston got 3 runs last inning on a pair of hits. They have 3 runs this inning, also on a pair of hits, and they've tied the game with 6 runs in the last inning and 2/3. And the next pitch again floats outside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. So the go-ahead run now is at third base, as Hobbs trying to pick one up as a pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. 7-7 tie here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-1 offering. It's behind him and goes to the backstop. Here comes Gleed to score, and Preston has a lead. It's 8-7. So the wild pitch gets Austin Gleed home. The 4th run of the inning scored by the Indians, as that one comes wrapped with a nice big bow on it. And the next pitch home is up high, ball 4. So Hobbs walks. That loads the bases again. And the 10th man to come up here in the inning is Coulter Jensen, who started the inning out by striking out. First pitch to Jensen. Breaking ball over for a strike. So Thompson's now at third, Mendoza at second, Hobbs at first. And the pitch home to Jensen, that's over again, and it's 0-2. 4 runs in the inning on just 2 hits, as Jensen swings and misses and strikes out for the second time this inning. But the damage is done, as Preston sends 10 men to the plate. 4 of them come home to score on just 2 hits, and they leave the bases full. We are done with 6, and it's now Preston going back onto the field looking for 3 outs to close out the game, as they lead it 8-7 after 6. We'll take a timeout as we'll go to the 7th inning when we come back on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
105.5 FM KACH.
I'm Dan Keller, Mayor of Preston, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jay Butters with Alta Bank, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, this is Lyle Fuller with the Fuller & Fuller Law Firm, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Larry Morrison with Evergreen Financial Partners. We are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
105.5 KACH. We're Preston proud, Idaho strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
The greatest of life's moments can pass in the blink of an eye. Make sure you enjoy them with clear vision. The optometrists at Eye Care for You have been serving patients in Cache Valley and Preston for 43 years. As a full-service optical store, you'll find glasses, contacts, and professional eye health and vision exams. Doctors Philip Cromwell, Jeff Cromwell, and Lance Henderson are committed to providing you with professional care for your vision. Call today to schedule an appointment in Preston or Logan. Eye Care for You, not just a name, but a commitment.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, as they go back to work here we'll go to the 7th, and all of a sudden, Austin Gleed comes in not looking just for work, but he's coming in and looking for a win, as the Indians scored 7 runs in the last 2 innings and now lead 8-7 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Austin Gleed, who was one of Preston's better pitchers last year, is asked just to get 3 outs and keep Hillcrest off the board. He'll face Brandon Nichols, the catcher, to lead it off. Nichols doubled home a run. He's also walked, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. Lincoln Stallings, his spot moves out on deck, and then Charlie Hunsaker also will hit here as the first pitch is rolled foul, and it's 0-1. Gleed started a number of games last year on the mound for the Indians. The 0-1 fastball misses down and away. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch doesn't go after it. Instead, it's 2 balls and a strike. Gleed last year when pitching for the Indians, as that pitch is popped up along the right field line, it's going to fall fair. You couldn't have walked out and placed it any better, as pitcher gets it back in after a leadoff single here by Braden Nichols. So Nichols with his second hit of the game, and it will be Lincoln Stallings to come up and hit. Gleed appeared in 8 games last year for the Indians, no record. Worked in a total of 18 innings. And averaged just about a little over a run an inning allowed, as that first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. 8-7. Big rally by the Indians. They lead here on the top of the 7th. They go back to first base, and back safely over there is Nichols. Preston kind of sets their infield in double play depth as they kind of squeeze up the middle. Gleed, as they show bunt, they get the bunt down out in front of home plate. Pretty good bunt. They'll play the ball to first base and get the out there. So sacrifice 2-3 for the first out, as it sends the tying run out to second base. And now Hunsaker and Smith will try to pick up the run and tie the game. 1 out here in the 6th, as here is Hunsaker, who was the pitcher last inning and now actually is the guy who on the hook for the loss here, unless he can deliver a big hit. As Gleed backs off before coming home. Hunsaker 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out. As next pitch, breaking ball, misses outside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. The next pitch is over for a strike this time, and it's 2-1. This is the guy you want to get. You don't want to have to face Thomas. Thomas has walked twice and struck out, as that pitch again over for a strike, and it's now even at 2-2. The 2-2 offering. Looped foul and out of play. So it stays at 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Tying run at second base. Gleed's 2-2 pitch. Lays off a tough breaking ball. Now runs the count full, 3-2. Gleed climbs back up on top of the hill. Looks back at second. The 3-2 offering is looped into center. It's going to fall. Base hit. Here comes Nichols to the plate. He will score, and we're tied at 8. First hit of the game for Hunsaker proves to be a game saver as he singles to center to pick up the run. So an 8-8 tie here in the top of the 7th inning. And here's Thomas Smith, who's walked twice and struck out. He's 0 for 1 officially on the day as the pitch misses down low. They throw the ball to first base on a bounce, but too late there. So all of a sudden, daylight permitting, you start thinking ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning for the Indians. And they would start with the number 9 hitter, Austin Hollingsworth, then go back up to the top in Oxborough, as that's going to be looped into center field. And that one's going to fall for a hit. Everybody will move up 1 base again as Smith has his first hit of the game. Hunsaker stops at second base. So Gleed, other than the sacrifice bunt, really hasn't gotten anybody. In fact, all the other 3 men, he's faced 4 men in the inning. The sacrifice bunt, and he's also given up 3 singles. Here is Reichelt as that first pitch over for a strike. Next pitch home, swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 offering in the dirt. Nice stop by Hollingsworth to keep it out in front of home plate. And now we're going to have a pinch runner come into the game to try to get a little more speed on the base paths to try to get the potential winning run, leading run home. For the Knights. So running out at second base is Alex Monroe, an infielder, as that pitch is on the corner, strike 3 called for the second out. So Reichert is called out for the second out. Now the guy you haven't got all day, Holden Bailey, comes up. Bailey's walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch today. And with 2 men on and 2 outs, the first pitch to Bailey is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Again for Preston in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Hollingsworth, Oxborough, and Hammonds. Next pitch stays high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. You got to get there first. Ready again is Gleed, checks the runners. The next pitch popped up. That's going to go foul. That'll land back here amongst the customers. So a new ball for Gleed. I believe it's 1-2 the count. As the pitch home is going to be pulling out. That's pulled down, foul down by the third base coach down there. And I think it actually hit the third base coach. Tried to jump and spin out of the way. I don't think he was able to. I think that got a piece of him. So Holden Bailey back up in there. And the pitch home. Half swing. He does not go. And it's a tough pitch, but it's a ball. And I believe couldn't see what the umpire held up. I thought it like he held up 2-2. Pitch is going to be pulled foul again by Bailey. Runners at first and second go back and tag up. Gleed ready again, and the next pitch home. Swung on and missed. Wow, that's a big out. However, Hillcrest gets a run to get even. 1 run on 2 hits. Check that, 3 hits. They leave 2 men on base. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th, where Preston will start with the bottom of the order, and they need 1 run to win. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Looking for unique ideas to promote your business? How about something for that special gift, celebration, team sport, vacation, or family outing? DeMarie's Vinyl Designs can design and produce items for any occasion, male or female, with the highest quality merchandise and procedures that will not fade, peel, or wear out. Check out her store on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/DeMarie's Vinyl Designs.
If you haven't been to Woodward's Country Store lately, you are missing out. As proud supporters of Westside and Preston High School athletics, we're here to fuel your day and support our wonderful community. Fill up your tank, grab a delicious sandwich, and get everything you need for life's little adventures. Woodward's Country Store, where convenience meets quality and community spirit.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Well, Hillcrest gets a run in the 7th inning off of Austin Gleed and ties the game 8-8. But then Gleed came back and got a big strikeout to end the inning and leave the go-ahead runs on base. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning in an 8-8 tie. And another new pitcher on is they've been working 1 inning apiece. So here at the bottom of the 7th inning, Braden Nichols will come in and take over here for the Hillcrest Knights. Nichols, a right-hander, he'll go through his warm-up tosses here, and as he does, gives us a chance to remind you that they're still hoping to get a little bit of a JV game in. As I look down there, the gentleman who will be the home plate umpire for the JV game keeps looking back behind him into the setting sun and just kind of looked back there again and shook his head no, as if to say, there ain't no way we're going to get any kind of a JV game started because the shadows are getting longer and longer here as this one rolls on. This game officially started at 3:27, It's now 5:56. So we're 2 hours and 29 minutes in this game. And I don't think the JV is going to get much of any time, if anything, by the time this one ends. So in an 8-8 tie, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Austin Hollingsworth hits the first pitch on the ground. Bailey has it out there at second, throw to first in time, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So with 1 out, we'll go back to the top here. Now here's Kate Oxborough. First pitch to Ox. Misses outside. Nope, said he got the corner. So they're going to give him the call. And it's 0-1. Next pitch to Oxborough's hit foul at home plate, and it's 0-2. Nichols ready again, rocks and comes home. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Well, 4 pitches, and Preston's down to their last out here in this 8-8 tie. Do you have any hopes of ending it here in the 7th? So here is Devin pitcher coming up to hit. Whoa, look out. It's going to up and in and hits him. So Devin pitcher takes one off the noggin. He's up and heads down to first base. But he's going to represent the winning run down there as they come over and check on him. Just make sure he's all right. So pitcher's going to head off. Not sure if that was determined by the base coach over there, a member of the staff, as pitcher took one off the helmet as he stops, headed back toward the dugout, as Sean Thompson, the head coach, has a word with him. He's going to come off. So we'll have a runner at first base for the Indians representing the winning run, as Austin Gleed's going to come up here. And the first pitch to Gleed misses outside. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. Trying to see a number of who that runner is over at first base. Those gold numbers on the back of the white jerseys don't stick out very well, as that pitch, breaking ball, is over for a strike this time, and it's 1-1. Next pitch to Austin, hit foul at home plate, and it's 1-2. 2 outs here in the 7th. New ball for Nichols, climbs back up on top. 1-2, the count on Gleed. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, stays high again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch to Gleed is outside and low, runs the count full, 3-2. Now, it's a little bit of an advantage here for the Indians, as with a full count and 2 outs, the runner from first base can be away, and if Gleed can find a gap someplace, who knows? But it's not going to matter because the pitch is down low, ball 4. So Austin walks, and that brings up Connor Thompson. Thompson with an RBI double. He's also walked in a run and takes the first pitch here for a strike. So he's 1 for 3 overall on the day. The 1-0. Missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can just find a hole someplace and roll one into the outfield. Give Preston a chance as that pitch is swung on and missed, and it's now 1-2. So once again, the Indians are down to their last strike. The 1-2. Hit foul, just barely got enough to get it out of the catcher's glove and up into the screen. So it stays 1-2. Nichols ready again. The next pitch waved at and missed in the dirt. Swung out and missed as they'll record the out at first base, which they do, and Preston leaves the go-ahead runs on the bases. No runs, no hits, a walk, a hit batter, and they leave 2 in the inning. So we are done with 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and see if we're going to continue on or what exactly we're going to do. Done with 7. It's still an 8-8 tie.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, we aren't just protecting things with walls and wills, we're protecting people, because everything and everyone that is important to you is important to us. This is Brittany and Braden Smith, your local Farm Bureau agents, celebrating another wonderful year here in Franklin County as your trusted insurance advisors. Whether it's home, auto, life, commercial, or farm insurance, we are here for you. Give us a call at 208-852-2364 or just stop by our office at 33 South 1st East in Preston to see how we can make insurance simple for you.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, the Indians failed to score in the bottom of the 7th. Well, we'll play on. So, as we go to the 8th, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Knights against Austin Glede, as that is Cole Croft, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Croft 2 for 4, singled twice back in the 3rd and 4th innings. The 0-1. It's going to be lined just over the head of the second baseman, as Hammonds couldn't quite get up high enough to get to it. So the winning run is aboard here to lead off here in the 8th inning, as Croft with his 3rd hit of the game. So 1 out. Here's McCade Robinson. Robinson's double walked, popped up and struck out. Yes, again, the Hollingsworth, who's gone all the way behind the plate tonight, heads out to talk to Glede for a moment. Remind you that they'll be back here again. They being the Preston Indian boys, they'll be back here on Tuesday. A doubleheader against Shelley. First pitch at 3 o'clock. As they're going to show bunt. Breaking ball misses. The runner goes, and he's going to be. He showed bunt, but he was able to steal second base anyway. Did Croft. So they're running on Hollingsworth's arm today. As Croft moves up on the stolen base. Next pitch is a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Go ahead runs at second base. Nobody out here in the 8th. Next pitch swung on, hit foul into the glove of the catcher, and it's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes on McCade Robinson. He has 1 hit today, plus a walk. As that ball's hit on the ground wide of third, backhanded there, picked up, dropped, and lose the play. It'll be a tough play anyway.
They couldn't make the play fielded cleanly. Then they lost all hopes of making the play. That puts runners at the corners. And nobody out. Now here's Tarek Allen. Allen with 2 hits today. He's also flown out and grounded out. Preston again will bring the infield up halfway, try to cut down the run at the plate, and the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Lead ready again. There goes the runner for second base, and the throw there, trying to get the other runner to head home, but he doesn't, and it's going to go down as a pickoff as Allen is thrown out at second base. Or I should say Robinson, brother. So 1-4 the out at second base. That's the first out. 2 balls and no strikes now on Allen. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball again knocked down out in front of home plate. No advancement by Croft from third. And it's 3-0. Next pitch hit foul at home plate. Full swing this time by Allen. Count goes to 3-1. So the Indians now bring the infield all the way up with only 1 out, not wanting to cut down the run at the plate. Allen takes a little walk around, shakes his hands out a little bit. New ball for Austin Gleed now as he climbs back up on top of the hill. Rocks and comes home. The 3-1 pitch is up high, ball 4. So Allen will walk. That sets up the possibility of a double play for the Indians. And it's also going to bring Braden Nichols, the big catcher, who pitched last inning for Hillcrest, back to the plate. Nichols today with a pair of hits, doubled, homer run back in the 5th, singled and scored a run in the 7th, and takes the first pitch here down low, ball 1. So he's been on base each of his last 3 times, as he walked earlier in the game as well. Lead ready again. They're gonna try to set up a rundown play. Oxford's not looking, and the throw to the plate is not in time and too high and dropped by Cunningham as they go to the third base, and he's safe there. So they started the runner. Gleed got the play back to the second baseman as they threw back to Oxborough, and I'm not sure he knew that the runner was coming down the line or not. But the Knights steal a run literally as Croft comes home to make it 9-8 here in the top of the 8th. The 1-0. Swung on and missed as Nichols comes up empty. So the play at the plate, Allen not only went to second, but it kept running all the way to third base. The 1-1 pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Hollingsworth, and that's going to make it 10-8 as that pitch in the dirt gets away. And that's going to allow Allen to come in and score. So they push across a couple of runs here in the top of the 8th inning to make it 10-8. Gleed ready, breaking ball is over for a strike. Thinking ahead for what the Indians might have coming up in the bottom of the inning. Derek pitcher's spot, ground ball to third. Mendoza has that. Play it across in time for the out. That's 2 outs. as Nichols grounds out. Now with 2 outs, let's go back to the left fielder, Lance Stallings again. Anyway, bottom of the 7th inning, you would have Derek Pitcher, Xavier Mendoza, and Clayton Hobbs due up for the Indians, if there's enough daylight to get there. As the first pitch is rolled foul at home plate by Stallings. Stallings is a 0 for 3. Check that, 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice, grounded out, and had a sacrifice bunt. The 0-1. He is over again, 0-2. So 2 outs, but 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 8th. And the next pitch, breaking ball again, misses outside, 1-2. Stallings swings and misses, comes up empty, and Gleed gets out of the inning, but it might be just a little bit too late, as 2 runs are in on 2 hits in the inning here by the Hillcrest Knights. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Preston needs 2 runs to tie, as it's now 10-8 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa J's Beef Jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa J's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa J's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa J's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
North Star's Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Nichols will stay in the game and pitch here for the Knights as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 10-8 as pitcher will lead it off, and the first pitch to Derek is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Next pitch over again. He jumps ahead. Does Nichols 0-2. Fastball got him. 3 pitches, and pitcher is retired. That's the first out here in the 8th inning. Now here's the third baseman, Xavier Mendoza, who's walked 3 times and struck out. Officially 0 for 3. First pitch late on a fastball. As dark as it's getting, if you can throw hard enough, just wind up and throw BBs because it's hard enough to see. Next ball, fastball, swung on and missed. So he jumps ahead of Mendoza, 0-2. The 2-0 offering is swung on and missed. So 2 up, 2 down. This would be a heck of a time for an immaculate inning, wouldn't it? Six pitches, 2 outs, and here's Clayton Hobbs representing the last hope. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Hobbs. Hit in the air to left field. That's hit pretty well. They're playing very shallow, and it's over his head. Preston's going to get the tying run to the plate as Hobbs doubles over the left fielder's head. First hit of the game for Hobbs comes at a very opportune time.
And here's Coulter Jensen, who's 0 for 2 since coming into the game. He struck out twice. First pitch, fastball hit on the ground, foul out just outside of first. So 0-1 on Jensen, representing the tying run again for the Indians. They've been able to get off the floor a couple of times and get even. They trailed 7-1 at one point in this game. Breaking pitch, that's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. So once again, the Indians are down to their last strike. They've trailed 10-8 here in the 8th. Nichols ready. The pitch is inside, goes to the backstop as the runner will move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. So Hobbs goes to third. One and two, the count on Jensen. The pitch home, swung on and missed on the breaking pitch. And finally, this one is in the books. Preston with a big comeback on opening day, but they end up coming up with a couple runs short in extra innings as they lose 10-8. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have a post-game show for you coming up right after this. Final score, Hillcrest 10, Preston 8 on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. Day Mountain Ranch, relax, retreat, recharge. Crumble Cookies, bringing friends and family together over the world's best cookies. Magnolia Road, ladies, stop in and update your wardrobe today. Puppy Steps Training, Northern Utah and Southern Idaho's premier board and puppy training facility since 2011. Butterfly Express Essential Oils in Clifton, where quality doesn't have to be expensive. West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in Preston. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. I Care for You, not just a name, but a commitment. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, we have all the parts you need to keep your car running strong. Naylor Insurance, your local agent for home, health, life, and auto. North Stars Ultimate Outdoors, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial Partners, when planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston and now in Pocatello. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now, stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming up next.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents, oh honey, we can always share a little hole in the fence. It's a beautiful day for the ladies, so throw all your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today. Wow!
Whether you're an athlete looking to treat strained or sore muscles, a multitasking mom seeking balance, or just looking to boost your mood and nutrition, Butterfly Express is here for you. Experience the soothing scents and holistic benefits that cater to both your body and mind with our wide selection of essential oils, herbs, and supplements. And the best part is, unlike other big brand companies, Butterfly Express is affordable and local. Visit us in Clifton or explore our collection online at butterflyexpress.shop and use the promo code KACH10 for 10% off all regularly priced items. Quality doesn't have to be expensive. Butterfly Express Essential Oils.
Step into a realm of beauty and sophistication at Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Immerse yourself in the gentle radiance of our exquisite and popular candles, filling your home with captivating fragrances that embrace the senses. Bring refined tranquility into your home and elevate your connection to harmony through our exquisite decor, all while staying here in Franklin County. Elevate your living space with the allure of Day Mountain Ranch Home and Apothecary. Visit us today on 10th North Main Street in downtown Preston.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837.
Well, welcome back here to the ballpark in a game that really wasn't supposed to be played as of about 48 hours ago. Well, they decided to play it, and the folks who came out to see it got to see a pretty good show. As they played 8 innings, Preston fell behind as many as 7-1. They scored 3 runs in the 5th inning, added 4 more in the 6th, then got even at 8-8 to force extra innings, and ended up giving up 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning and losing today to the Hillcrest Knights. Final score 10-8. Final totals in the game for Hillcrest: 10 runs on 11 hits. They left 8 men on base. Preston had 8 runs on 10 hits. They left 12 men on base. Winning pitcher for the Knights was Brandon Nichols in relief, and Austin Gleed, who was a pitch away from looking like he was going to be a winner at one point. He ends up suffering the loss as he gives up a couple of runs in the top of the 8th inning. Time of the game today, and it took every minute of it, 2 hours and 52 minutes, and there wasn't much sunshine left when the game finally ended, as Hillcrest wins it by the score of 10-8. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, have some final thoughts from here at the ballpark as we continue right after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Phillips, professional trainer and owner of Puppy Steps Training. I believe that life is more enjoyable with a well-trained dog. That's why my team and I have come together to give you the ultimate dog training experience through Puppy Steps Training. Our 8-week board and train program is specifically designed to give your puppy a head start on life. Along with access to our extensive training material, you will receive daily progress reports, weekly photo and video updates, and a hands-on training demonstration. Discover the ultimate dog training experience with Puppy Steps Training, the premier dog training facility in northern Utah, and proud supporter of Westside and Preston High School athletics.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, for the Indians on this day, well, it's kind of a tough day for them as they were able to fight back and got even. In fact, they even held a lead at one point, only to see the Knights get a run on the top of the seventh and tie the game in 4 extra innings before giving it up. So they are 0-1 as they lose a season opener again, as they have, for Preston, in season opening games, they are now 4-14 in their last 18 season opening games. So unfortunately, another tough loss tonight for the Indians. Their next game comes up next Tuesday. It's a doubleheader with the Shelby Russets in town. We'll have it for you. First game will get underway at 3 o'clock coming up on Tuesday, so we'll talk to you then. For John Beverly back in the studio, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us here today. Have a great weekend, everybody, as we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.